welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. We're fighting this creepy Spider-Man again.
Yeah. So I changed up my my arsenal again. So now I'll get more souls back when I hit him. So that way, if I need to, I can just damage through him. Because one hit will give me enough to heal / cast a spell.
Throwing on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I forgot he does that. I can just hide here.
Out. Nice. That'll learn you. Ah! Man, so speaking of learn you. So my nephew, Anthony, little Anthony, who we all know and love, he does some stupid stuff sometimes, being a little kid. And apparently he decided he wanted to run down the street with his eyes closed the other day because he's 6 years old. And my sister just moved up near me now, so she's like really close, so it's really fun. I get to see my nieces and nephews all the time now, and my sister needs help with anything, she's just down the street. And he decided to go running down the street. Well, one of the neighbors was doing some yard work or construction on their house, so they had one of those big dumpsters out front, and he ran into it full speed, eyes closed.
Oh no.
So he cracked his face good. He's got a big bruise, like circular bruise, all the way around his chin. He split his chin open and like bruised his forehead and stuff. He looked like he just got beat up. And of course he screamed this horrendous scream when it happened, and my sister was inside her house, heard it, and had to run out. He was with his brothers and sisters who were older, but he was just being himself, being dumb, and just decided that I'm gonna run down the streets with my eyes closed, and I guess he forgot that dumpster was there.
I hate how lengthy this fight is. It's a freaking war of attrition here.
There it is. Nope. I spoke too soon. Oh. Woo. Ah! I thought you had it.
Okay. So I'm gonna try something else.
All right. Get your soul back, or?
I am, but I'm gonna take these off. Actually, I wanted that one on. I'm gonna do that one and that one. No. I want to use you, but... Oh, there we go. Gain soul when taking damage. So I'm gonna go for a caster kill. The reason I'm trying to beat this guy because he's hiding something behind him that will be helpful later.
So on that same note, right, so my nephew does that. My other nephew, who's older than him, who is extremely mentally handicapped, he's like a perpetual toddler. He like slammed his head into the wall because he was angry, and that's what they do sometimes.
Yeah.
So he's got a bruise on his face. And my grandmother...
Oh, nice.
Right? She slipped and fell at a restaurant with my uncle and aunt. She was out eating. She was kind of okay, but she hit her face. So she had this bruise on her face. And then that night, she slipped and fell again because she's older and doesn't want to be a hassle and bother people, so she didn't tell anybody she couldn't feel her legs because she has neuropathy. So she was having a hard time walking. And so she tripped from going from carpet to tile. Like, there's not a gap at all, really. It's just a different texture. She made her fall. So she fell, she tried to catch herself, she broke her arm, and she landed face first into the ground. And she got double black eyes and a bruised forehead. And broke her arm. And she had to go in for surgery because they couldn't reset it. There was a humerus break and a ulna break, I think. And a crack on the radius. Like, it was pretty nasty because she's old. She's 78-ish or old, something like that. I can't remember. 76 maybe. And so she's a mess. And so I went and saw her, and she looks like someone just started belting her in the face. It's so horrible. So bad. Yeah, go to this side. I kind of wonder why you haven't been doing that.
Well, this side has a lower ledge than the other one.
Oh, he can hit you on the way down?
He sometimes can.
Oh. Sheesh. No mercy. You were so close before because you hit him so many times, and this time you just haven't quite hit him that very much. He's been blocking your way. Yeah, so my family looks like a mess right now. Like they always got beat up they all have bruises on their faces and black eyes and stuff. So it looks like they just got beat to hell. Like, I wouldn't want to ride around with the three of them.
Because then myself. You would look like the...
I just look like someone who just beats old people and children. My poor grandmother, I love her to death, but she's one of those people that... Like, my grandfather was the 50s, or, you know, the... Heal up. That man of the house, chivalrous, take care of my wife kind of guy. But because of that, she kind of can't do anything.
Yeah.
And now she's getting old and she's weak, so and it's hard for her to learn things. She's got memory issues, you know. She's getting old. So she has a hard time doing anything. So, like, my mom's been taking care of her and the family's been taking shifts. My mom's been doing the bulk of it, though, being the oldest daughter. But it's just craziness. I love her to death, but I realized there's a lady in my neighborhood whose husband just died. And so I've been helping her out and doing things around her house, like, you know, installing things, or I hooked up her Blu-ray player and, you know, programmed her remotes, just little things like that. But some of the things she has me do, she has no idea how to do it, and they're not that hard. But she had one of those husbands, like, he has every tool in the shed that you can possibly have. Yay, Ginger! Oh. He has all the things. He has this awesome collection of tools, and he's one of those guys, but he's also one of those guys that because he did everything for her, she doesn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I remember I was thinking it at the time, I was like, I wanted to say, like, to all the ladies out there, if you have a husband who does that, or a spouse or whatever, that's awesome. And if they want to do that, let them do that, but also try to learn. Because if there comes a day when they're not around,
be hands-on.
Whether it's because they're dead, or your relationship breaks up, or they're just not around, like they're out of town or something, you want to be able to do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to be a douche, but you get what I'm trying to say?
It's like, okay, so it stems along the lines of...
Let your significant other who wants to do those things, let them do them, but try to learn while they're doing it.
Yeah,
and
like,
take every opportunity you have to do it yourself.
Like, it's in my opinion, it stems from, like, the women that are, like, very, like, equal rights. Women are just as good as men. It's like, well, make sure that you know how to do some things.
Yeah, and try to put yourself in a position, if you don't know, you know how to learn. That's a huge thing that I'm pretty good at, is if I don't know how to do something, I'm good at figuring it out.
Yes.
I'm good at finding where it can be done and how to do it. Like, learning how to search Google is a big thing. Like, learning how to properly search Google.
Yeah, like, I can't believe, like, how much, like, I have to tell my mom. It's just like, well, just go look it up on Google. It's like, how? I'm like, I type the exact question I'm looking for, and then I'm like, all right, I want to make sure I'm not clicking on things I'm not supposed to be clicking on. Yeah,
avoid the ads and stuff, and just learning. I mean, there's an art to it. It's not that difficult, but learning how to search Google is like, I listen to Joe Rogan a lot, and watch his show, and he's got a guy, his like producer, it calls him Young Jamie.
Yeah,
he's probably actually like my age, so he's not that young, but he might even be older than me. But Young Jamie he's got that skill. So while they're talking about stuff, he looks up everything as they're going in case they need reference.
Yeah.
And he's got that skill he knows how to do a Google search properly. And I think part of it is like going to school with it. I mean, it's harder for older people because they didn't have this resource, but once you have it, it's kind of like the library in a way too, like learning how to properly use the resources at the library to search for things.
I can't get past that yet.
Sometimes the exact question you want answered, it won't give you the answer and you have to adjust it. But if you can learn how to do that, it makes life so much easier. I have fixed so many things or figured out what we needed to do to fix something or who to take it to because I know how to use Google search properly.
Same. Like very much the same.
Like vehicles and household appliances and things. Like I'm not an electrician or a mechanic, but because I've combination of Google and finding websites and checking forums and just learning how to
because we have a tram pass
how
now.
to troubleshoot things using Google, I've been able to fix a lot of things. And I think anybody that's a resource issue, and I'm not just talking about older women either. I'm talking about I know girls like that who just don't know how to do anything because they have a dad or an uncle or a brother or a husband or a spouse or
like
a boyfriend who knows how to do everything.
Ask questions.
But if you rely on that all the time, when you're ever in a situation where you don't have it, now you're in this. And I think it's even harder if you're a hot chick because what happens on that day you're not hot anymore? No one wants to help you.
Because it'll happen.
It happens like women and men, but women more so than men have a shelf life. Is it fair? No, but there's a payoff. I mean, there's upsides to being that hot chick. I mean, if you've ever worked in retail or customer service type places, like especially if you rely on tips, it's better to be a chick. I'll tell you right now. Every chick I know gets way more tips for half the work than a guy, but that's just because they're a chick. And that's because of guys too. It's because guys will tip a chick more. I've noticed.
Yeah.
My experience. But and in my experience with retail, which I've done, it always seemed like the girls started out higher for some reason in the places I worked because they wanted to hire as many women as possible because they knew that would increase sales because guys,
thank you,
old perverted guys want to shop from young girls. That's what my store did. That's Bass Pro, baby. I'm gonna call it out. I don't work there anymore. Screw them.
Oops.
Nice. At least it counted you as being over here.
Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so what I'm looking for.
That's right. I'm going on a rant. I'm all over the place, baby.
You are.
I'm just saying, ladies, you want to be that strong, independent woman? Do what you can. Now, you don't have to be it all the time, because there is something about for guys we like to help, we like to do, or even if your significant other is a woman or a transgender or whatever it is. There's people who like to do that. They like to be needed, to be useful. So don't let them not do, or don't make them not do it.
Don't deny them.
Don't deny them that. But at the same time, try to learn as much as you can and ask questions even. How did you do that? Oh, that's cool. Can I try it every once in a while, you know?
Or like even if you're one of those stubborn, because they're out there where it's just like they don't want to learn because like you could do it and they get stubborn, and it's like if they offer to teach you, because I'm like that, it'd be like, do you want to know how I did this? And they'll be like, no. Like don't be like that. Like I want to put this in this position so I don't have to do this for you, but I can.
Yeah. Oh, it's that whole teach a man to fish type thing.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to learn to fish, you know? Don't always just take the fish, I guess. I don't know where I'm going at with this. I'm trying to say it as tactfully as possible. Is it working? You get what I'm saying?
And it's not just like...
Oh, look at that. He's living inside of it, huh? Or is he dead?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
A simple key.
That's going to end this episode.
All right, everyone, that'll end this episode of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Bye-bye. Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.